Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our fourth session. Actually, that's crazy. So, we are playing here with Amy, and we are going through this post apocalyptic world. So, we're trying to survive all these zombies and whatever comes our way. And as usual, I'll do the little recap on our previous episode. And as the last one, I'm also recording with the camera so you can see the dice rolls. So here we have a lot of the dices that we need, and yeah, we'll do the same way as before. And yeah, so for the ones that already saw the last episode, we almost died. So we first escaped the first house where we were in the episode 2, and we check out the garage. We try to go around this house, and we end up jumping to the next house on the back. So we are now one block away from supposedly Jake's brother house. So we are going through the houses to meet with Jake's brother. And what happened there is that when we were in the second house, we saw that the back door was locked, the windows were shut, and we tried to turn around to see what was in the front door. Maybe the front door was open. And while we were doing that, we did a roll on the improv table, and we found out that there was actually a dog there that just jumped out of the window and surprised us. And this was a zombie dog, and there was not much we could do. So Jake was there. We did a lot of rolls, but we were mostly frozen. So unfortunately, we got beaten, and Jake just ran away. So we are alone, and we got two bites there. So we have one in our arm, which is a mild one, and one severe on our stomach. And what we discussed in the last session was that we need to really patch up this stomach bite because it might really make us bleed out. So I think we can say we have this session, and maybe yeah, I'm not sure if we can survive actually more than one session here. So we really need to find this medical kit or any medical supplies that could help us patch it up. Otherwise, we are in a very rough shape. Yeah. So just looking here at the status, I think we can remove this mental negative modifier because she got confidence from the last session, so she was able to kill this dog, and I don't think she's too worried now about not finding a place in this new world. So now her focus is on surviving, and she got a bit of confidence there. But I think I'll have to move a -2 here on physical because we are in a rough shape. We have a bleeding wound, and it's not so easy to do things when you have a pierced stomach. So yeah, let's put a -2 there on the physical. Then we are starting off with 7 XP. So I'll use our dice like we did before, so to check, and then I can erase it here, so we keep track on the dice, so we don't need to erase every time here the status. And we are having a d10 and a d6, so I'll put these dices away for now. We don't need them right now. Yeah, and I think the first thing we can do, so let's start our session. And right now what we can do is to use the 7 XP to do some leveling up, and we can try to level up maybe the special one, which will give us some luck. So I'll try to spend this XP on a special level up. So we need 5 or 6. Let's try it out. Oh, a 1, not good. Oh, started already. Yeah, we had a big problem the last time with a lot of low rolls, so not very lucky in the last session. Let's see if our luck got a little bit better. Okay, a 5 or a 6, a 5 or a 6. Oh, a 5, nice. Perfect. Okay, so we leveled up. That means our XP goes back to 0, We don't have 0 here, but yeah, so I'll just add it here. So we have a 0, and we need a d8 now. So our lucky rolls are gonna be done with an 8. Nice. So right now we're actually using 3 dice, so 6, 8, and 10. Okay, we are back to 0 with XP. Now we can think what to do. So I think now we saw that the window is broken because the dog was jumping off. So that means there is a way to go into the house. So I think it might be a good idea just to see what is there, since we already found that the house is open. So then I'll try to approach this window, and I'll walk towards this window and try to look inside, but it's quite dark. So right now it's actually getting very dark, so there's no more sun visible. It's pretty much night right now, but the street lights are still working since this event just happened, so the power grid is still operational. And we will assume that the house is also working, so we can see some of the houses are actually lit, but this room in this particular house is not, so it might be that they just shut this light down, so in this room. And yeah, so let's see what we have here. We don't actually have anything to light things up. Yeah, we don't have a flashlight. Yeah, so it might be risky to try to go in without seeing much. So what I think I'll try to use is maybe the laptop, since we can maybe use the screen as a way to lit the room. Of course it's a dim light, but maybe that's what we need just to see what is there, if there are any zombies. So I'll try to turn on the laptop, and I don't think I even gonna do a roll here, because she just came out from work, and I'm of course assuming that the laptop is just working, so I mean it's just a few hours. So then she turns on the laptop, and then we point the laptop screen to this window, so that we can kind of move the screen inside and lit a little bit this room. And I'll roll on the improv in the improv table here. So it's a d6, and let's see what we find inside this room. A 1. Something breaks or malfunctions. So I'll assume that the laptop is actually malfunctioning. So now when we point it out, the laptop just shut it down, and I'll assume that we are out of juice here. So the battery is just over. So then the light, the laptop just shuts down, and we don't have lights anymore. So I'll write it down that we still have the laptop, but the battery died. So that means if you want to use the laptop, you have to recharge it somehow. So we need to find a power source. And I'm assuming we also have the cables there, because it is a good assumption that she carries the charging cables. Yeah, but yeah, for now I don't think we can go into this house, since we tried to lead it in, and I mean we could not see anything, so it just broke without us even looking inside the house. So yeah, I think we will have to think of something else. So we are about of let's say 1 block close to Jake's brother house, supposedly, and that might be one option, because he's a prepper, and supposedly he has this bunker with a lot of supplies, but we have no clue how this house looks like, and even where this house is. So I mean we don't even know how the house looks like, so I would not try to do that. So what I'm thinking about is that Amy she lives in this town, so she probably knows the town a little bit. So maybe she knows where the nearest pharmacy is, or maybe the hospital, a clinic, anywhere that we could find some potential medical supplies. So I'll actually roll on a mental here, and I would say we need a 4 to be able to think of a place. And yeah, because since she lives there, maybe it's not the place where she's normally hanging out, because she was running away from zombies. So I'm assuming she's not very familiar with this part of town, so she just ended up there. But still, it shouldn't be too complicated for her to figure out. So I think a 4 is enough. And we don't have any modifiers right now, so I need a 4 or higher. Okay, we got a 2. So she was not able to think of any place around. So since she maybe was not familiar with this part of town, so she's out of ideas there. She doesn't know the nearest pharmacy or hospital. So what we can try to do is to maybe look for another house. Usually people carry some medical supplies at home, maybe not for patching up open wounds, but at least something. So maybe what we can do is to now go cross the street and go closer to Jake's brother house. So right now we're in the front porch, so there is this broken window. The dog is just lying there, it's completely static, so we actually kill it. So let's cross this street, and we start to hear that there are some zombies coming, since we had some gunshots. So Jake shot once, and I shot once as well, so 2 shots. And we can hear that the zombies were moving now from the street where we came from, so the one with the game shop, and they are moving on our direction, so way north. And we need to be a bit smart here. So we cannot see zombies yet, but we can hear the noises, so that means that they are on their way. Yeah, so since we don't see anything, we cross the street, and now we are again in the front porch of another house, and they all look kind of similar. So they're all 2-story houses with a garage by its side, some trees, a picket fence, and yeah, they are not extremely fancy, but they are very nice upper middle class house. So, and they're quite large, so that it's like 2 stories plus a backyard. Yeah, it's like a little suburbia looking house. So maybe we try to open this door, and yeah, since we were not lucky with the previous house, I'll try to roll a 5 here. So let's assume that the door is just open, no major issues there, and then we can look into this house. In the doors, the windows are shut, so we cannot see much inside. So we are not sure if there's light inside the house or not. But then maybe we can try to do it again. So first one, I'll roll a 5 here on the door, so to see if it's open or not, and then I'll have to roll another one to see if the house is lit or not. So first one, we got a 4, but this is actually a 0 to 9, so we add +1. So 5. Yeah, so the door just opens. So that was an easy one. And again, I started to forget to count my XP. So we got 1 just now. Okay. So 1 XP. Yeah, and then let's roll another one to see if the lights are on. So I'll also roll a 5. So let's see. A 2. So the lights on this room are now on. And yeah, so we have no luck with the laptop, and it's quite dark. What else can we do here? I mean, we don't have anything to light it up. Yeah, it's getting tough. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to venture inside the house without seeing anything, but maybe we are out of options here. So I will roll on a mental to see if Amy has any idea of what to do. So maybe to venture inside this house. And I think I need a 6 here, so she can pull off a crazy idea that can actually bring us inside this house without having a major dangerous situation, because we cannot see much. So let's try. I got a 4, so that means she could not think of anything. So again, no luck in this house, and I think it's not a good idea to venture this house again without seeing anything. So let's try to do the same as we did before. So we go around this house, and supposedly if we cross to the next house on the back, we are approaching Jake's brother house. So it should be just across the street from the other house. So we go around this house the same way we did before with the one that had the dog in. And I'll roll again on the improv. So we are crossing around the house, so we are going now to the front porch of this house. Let's see what we see there. So I'll roll in the improv table, and we got a 5. Something valuable appears. Okay, so as we are crossing the side of this house, we see that there's an open car just in front of this new house, and it seems that maybe the family was trying to run away. So there are things scattered around this car, and they were not, I mean, they are just laying there. So there are things on the trunk is open, there are things on the floor, on the seats. So it seems that they were trying to just take everything that they could and run away. But since there's nobody there, it seems that they were caught, or maybe they just ran by foot, or who knows. But there's nobody there. So I think we have to investigate this car to see. I mean, try to find some valuable items. Maybe we can even find medical supplies there. So I'll try to roll on a special roll here. So we get close to the car, we start to look at the items. So there are some bags, there are some things just thrown around. So very stuff there. So we cannot see clearly, because even though there are street lights, but they are not very bright. So it's not like we can even read the labels of stuff, so we can recognize the shapes. But I'll roll here on a special D8, and I'll assume that 8 will be the best luck, so that we can even find some medical supplies to patch it up, our wound a little bit. And I'm assuming a 1 is really nothing. So the way I'll think about this is that 8, we are really lucky, we got something to patch us up, and a 6, we are able to find something useful, and anything below that I'll assume a fail. So 8 is quite good, 6 is still good, but then below 6 I'm assuming we didn't find anything useful. And then I'll not count XP as well, so if it's below 6. So let's try that. Oh no, we got a 5. So we didn't find anything useful there. So that means we need to think of something else. So I think I'll try to turn on the car. I mean, the car is just all patched up, so the keys are in the ignition also. So it seems that they were just, seconds to just run away with this car. So I'll try to run in a special again, and I think I need the same thing. So I'll say I need at least a 6 that the car turns on, and we can use this car to go somewhere. Yeah, so let's try that. A 3. Yeah, so we tried to turn on the ignition, but it didn't start. So the car is just making noises, but it doesn't start. So it seems maybe that was the problem. Maybe they were trying to run away, but the car didn't start, and then they didn't start, and then they had to just leave everything there. That would make sense. So I think we'll try to look at this house. We We see that the windows are all closed up, so we cannot really see inside, but we can try to open the door again, and that requires I think we said we need a 5, right, to so that the door is just open. So let's try the front door. So we are in the porch now. We are back to the porch of the house. So we left the car there. There was nothing available. The car didn't start, so it's a dead end. So let's try to open the door. So we need a 5 here. We got an 8. Perfect. So the door was open. So we were able to just open without major issues. And as we open, we will roll on the improv table. So to make it more fun. A 2. So let's see. A 2. Someone new enters the scene. And then we hear a noise when you open the door, like a scream on the back, and it sounds like a very high-pitched scream. And we hear some noises, so we open this door. The house was lit, so there were some faint lights inside, like ambient lights, so you could see things. It was kind of a dimly lit, but you still could see through this room. And it was like an entrance room, and we could see that there was also a living room behind there. So they are kind of a open design house. So you could see there was this living room, and then there's a small island for the kitchen, and then there's the kitchen on the back. And we hear that the noise are coming back from the sofa on this living room, and we see some shadows moving there. So from these lights, they are like ceiling lights, like hanging lights, like ambient lights, not really to shine the whole place, but just to give some kind of mood lights. And we see that the shadows are moving behind the sofa. So the sofa is facing a window on the back, which leads to the back of the house. So we recognize that there are maybe 3 shadows there, 3 or 4, we don't know, but definitely there's someone there. And the sound the scream didn't sound like a zombie. It sounded actually like a kid or something, or yeah. So we try to enter this house. We go slowly, and right now we actually are holding our shotgun. So in our little fight with the dog, where the shotgun was thrown away, but we were able to pick it up again, so it was just laying there. So we put back our revolver in our holster, and we are carrying our shotgun with one hand, and we now lift the shotgun up on our shoulders, and we are prepared to shoot if someone comes. So we approach this house. We're getting inside this living room. We look around, and it seems that the shadows are completely static now. So maybe they are also scared. So I'll try to roll on a social here. So maybe I can say some words that would make these people come out from the shadows. So I think since the situation is a bit tense, I just opened the door, and I don't know why the door was open in a house there were people in, but yeah, that was what happened. So I'll say I need a roll 5 here on our D6 on social to be able to calm these people down. So let's try that. So I got a 1. That means I was not able to calm them down, but anyway, I said, hey, is there someone there? Is there someone hiding behind the sofa? I'm not here to hurt you. I'm looking for supplies. But they don't move, so they are just there, and I think they are waiting for me to do something, or maybe to leave. So what I'll try to do is to to go behind the couch to see. So I have my gun on my shoulder, and I'll try to just go around there. So it is risky because they might also have a gun, and they might be waiting for me to show up, and then they shoot. So they have the surprise effect there. But I don't think there's much of an option here. So let's try to do that. So we go slowly around the sofa. We are pointing the gun towards these shadows, and I'll roll on a special roll. So here on the luck side, and when we really turn around the sofa, then we are facing these people. Let's see what happens. So I would say if we got a 6 or more here, we are able to de-escalate the situation. If we got below that, then it goes to combat. So let's assume they also had a gun, or maybe they came after us with some knife, or yeah, then we can roll on a random roll here or something. But yeah, let's say that we need a 6 to de-escalate the situation. Below that we cannot de-escalate, so it goes to some form of combat. Okay, we got a 5, so we could not de-escalate, and we see now that there's actually a family there. So there's a small little girl, and I see that there's a mom holding this girl, and just to the other side there is a man standing there, and the man is not holding a gun, but he has a huge knife. It looks like a machete or something. So, and he's just in front of the girl and the woman, and he comes at us. So he's holding up the machete, and he's quite close now. So I'd say, yeah, maximum 3 meters from us. So that means with a good jump he can actually hit us with the machete. So I'll try to roll on a social again, to try to de-escalate the situation. But I'll say I need a higher roll now, or maybe I can even do a disadvantage, because we made the situation worse. So we could have tried to just talk it out, but we tried to go around the sofa with the gun on our shoulder. So that means it made the whole worse. So let's play a disadvantage here. And we'll say that we need a 5 like we had before. So disadvantage and 5. Yeah, this is gonna be tough, but let's try. So okay, we got a 5. Now we got a 1. Okay, so we picked the 1. Yeah, so we cannot talk it out. I say stop, 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 but the man doesn't listen. So that means we have to try to shoot him or something. Or yeah, I think we have to shoot him. There's not really anything we can do. We don't want to be murderers, but we don't want to be killed, right? So we have to roll on a mental for that, because she's not a murder, and even to kill the zombies was a major stress. But I'll say, since she's already focused, I mean, she killed the dog, she's on survival mode, so I will not add any negative modifiers this time. I think we need to keep the mental as it is. So what I think we need is a 5 here to be able to shoot. So we see the guy's coming, his face is just locked in, so there's no way back. So we need a 5 to be able to shoot this guy, or we fail. A 2. Oh no, oh no. So we freeze again, the guy's coming towards us, And yeah, we are getting our luck. So I'll try to roll on a physical now because the guy is gonna stab us. So he's coming with the knife up, and he's just trying to drop the knife down. So in a swing motion, so to hit us around our head. So he's aiming for our face. So I'll roll here on a physical because maybe I can use the shotgun to stop the knife. And I think this shouldn't be a crazy complicated thing since the shotgun is quite large, so it has a big area there to take the impact. So I'll say we need probably a 6 or a 5 here to be able to take it. I'll say a 5 because I don't think it's so hard. I mean, you can just put up the shotgun. This guy doesn't seem to be an expert with knives, so he's just desperate as well. So let's try to get a 5 there. And remember, we have a -2 modifier in this case, so let's see what we get. We get a 8 -2. That means we have a 6, and this is actually a 0 to 9, so that means this 8 means 9 in this case. So we got a 7, and we are able to stop the knife with our shotgun. And I'll put 1 XP here finally. And okay, so we survived this one, but the guy is extremely angry, and he tries to swing again, but he's taking a step back. So we were able to stop the stabbing with the shotgun. We pushed him a little bit back, so he took a step back, and then he's coming back at us. But I'll try to roll on a social again, and I'll say we need the same. So we need the 5 to de-escalate the situation, and I'll keep the disadvantage since he's completely mad now. So let's try. A 3. I think I don't even need to roll again, right? So I mean, yeah, so we are unable to do it. So let's try to shoot him again. So I have to roll on a mental, and it's the same story. So we need a 5 here to be able to have the courage to shoot him. No modifiers in this case, so let's try. We got a 5, sorry. We got a 5, and we got an XP. I mean, this is a bittersweet moment, I'll say. Where is the 3 now? Here. Yeah, because we are able to shoot him, but he's not so good, right? I mean, yeah. So we shot him. We just point the gun and shot and took our shot. So that means he just hit his body area. So we don't know exactly where, but he is down now, and there is some blood coming out of him. He seems to be moving. There are some screams of pain, and now the family is completely distraught. So they are screaming as well. They are crying, and we are standing there with our shotgun. So we need to think what to do here. Maybe I think the first thing we should do is to remove this knife out of his hand. So we can try to roll on a social again to tell the family to move back, so we can clear this knife out of his hand, so we are not under threat. And let's do the same. So let's try the 5 and disadvantage, so that the family can move away. And now we are actually threatening them with the shotgun, so we have the shotgun pointed to the family as well, and we are asking them move away. And if you got a 5, they listen. If not, then they just screaming on top of the guy, and they are not moving at all. Maybe they are not even listening, with the shock. So let's try a 5 here. We got a 6. But we have disadvantage, so I need to roll it again. We got a 1. No, okay. So yeah, so they are not listening. They are not listening. They are not leaving the guy. The guy is screaming in pain, but he's still holding the knife. So I don't know what to do here actually, because it might be that this house has some supplies since they were staying there. So something this house has, maybe it can help us to patch us up. But it's not so nice to threat this family. Then I cannot just go around and try to find supplies, because this guy might come up, you know. So he might come up and try to just do the last swing on me. So I need to find a way to make sure that he's down or that he's cooperating. I cannot just go right now. So I think what I'll have to do, I have a choice. Of course, I can shoot him again and just make sure that he's dead, but I don't really want to do that. I mean, this is horrible, and of course it will then impact my mental. Then for sure I'll have some big issues there. So I think what I'll try to do is a bit risky, but I'll try to do the physical here, and I'll try to just kick the knife out of his hand. So I'll go slowly, no, but I'll approach the guy, so he's not too far away, maybe 2 meters or so, and I'll try to kick the knife out of his hand, so not to get too close. And I would say I need also at least a 6 here, since I'm not an expert fighter, and there's this whole commotion ongoing. And yeah, so I think a 6 there will be making sense. So we have a -2, so that means I need an 8 on the roll. And I got an 8 here, but this is actually a 9 because of the 0 to 9 d10. So that means we were able to do it. So we kicked the knife out of his hand, and I'll add here 1 XP. And now he is not a threat, so he's still on the floor, and he doesn't seem to be doing well, but he's still breathing, and he seems to be moving a little bit. So I don't know how long he has or if he will survive, but I think now we can relax a little bit. And what I'll actually do, I'll take his knife, so maybe I can put on the holster, or maybe on some of the pockets. So I'll say I'll put between the holster, so there's a space there. And the machete is large, but it's not like a sword, so it's still manageable. So I'll add here items, 1 machete. Yeah, so I'll not leave it. Maybe the woman will try to come back at me, but now, yeah, I took the machete, so that means I have the advantage now. And then we go scout the house. Let's see what we can find here. I'm not sure if it makes sense to try to talk to the family again, but maybe we can try to look at the house first, try to find some supplies, and then we can come back here and try to de-escalate the situation again. I think it's not fair to the family, but yeah, it's desperate times now. Yeah, so I think I'll stop it here, guys. I think we had a lot of activity again. So many things can happen in a short time, and we are just jumping house to house, so that means we moved just 1 house again this episode. And yeah, and still a lot of things happen, but I think now we are not so bad as before. We are able to find a bit of a safe house here, so I guess there are no zombies inside since the family is here, so it's a good assumption. And we have good chances of finding some supplies. So I'll add just the XP here, 4. We are also able to level up our special, which was quite good, so looks like it's going well. And I'll keep this advantage here with the family, since I just shot the guy, so I doubt that there is a good way out of this. And a physical -2, this will also keep, since we cannot do much with this wound in our stomach. Okay, yeah, great guys, then I see you in the next one.